What are my top 5 bourbons for making cocktails this fall? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. Now, the other day we did my top favorite bottles of bourbons and whiskeys to drink neat for the fall. Now, today I'm going to go over my go-to bottles of bourbons to make cocktails this fall, and a video following this one sometime next week will be my top 5 favorite fall cocktails. So if you want to see that video, make sure you drop that subscribe, because at 5,000 subscribers, not only will you be able to see that video, but you'll be able to get your hands on a bottle of Blanton single barrel bourbon. Also, make sure you drop a like. Likes help like you wouldn't believe, and leave a comment down below on what your favorite bourbons are to make cocktails. And one more thing, for as little as $2 a month, you can help support the channel with the Patreon. Go check that out. Link is down below. And we also have some new apparel in the Everyday Drinker store, so that link is down below. So if you want black hats, black sweatshirts, black shirts, white shirts, gray hats, gray hoodies, gray t-shirts, go check it out and see if you like anything on there. We've got beanies for the fall time. But without further ado, let's get into bottle number 1. Bottle number 1 is going to go to my tried and true. This bottle I go through at least once a month. I might have to sometimes pick up 2 bottles. Old Forester 100 proof. $26 bottle, you just can't go wrong with it. 100 proof, holds up to all kinds of different dilutions. This has a very, very nice sweet characteristic to it. Follows up with a little bit of an oakiness, but I really, really enjoy mixing with this one. Holds its flavor profile very, very well, and for 26 bucks, 100 proof, you can't go wrong with Old Forester 100 proof. Also, the rye is really good as well. Bottle number 2. Bottle number 2 goes to Kirkland's Bottled in Bond. Now, this is specifically picked up at Costco's. If you don't have a Costco in your area, I apologize, but there are some states that allow you to go into Costco if you don't have a Costco membership to purchase alcohol. So make sure you do a little research. If you have Costco in your area and you don't have a Costco membership, you might be able to still go in there and purchase this bottle. Now, this isn't a regular release from Costco, but it's not one that's going to take months and months and months to come out. It's usually every other month that this bottle gets dropped at Costco's, and it's Barton juice. It's $17.92 bottled in bond, but I like it a little bit better than the $17.92 bottled in bond. I'm not quite sure if it's because it's aged in different places or if it's aged a little bit longer or a little bit less. Not quite sure on that, but it's at least 4 years old. It's 100 proof, and I get a really nice apple note out of this, and it mixes really, really well. It's got a little citrusy in there. It's a very, very nice fruit-forward cocktail mixer, and that is why the Kirkland Bottled in Bond is bottle number 2. Bottle number 3. Bottle number 3 goes to $17.92 small batch. Now, we have 200 proof bottles on here, but we needed something, in my opinion, a little bit lower in the proof. Now, this $17.92 small batch, same distillate as this, but it's coming in at 92.4 proof, I believe. 93.7 proof, so it's a little bit higher than 90, but it's less than 100. So when you mix this down with some water, stirring it around, pour into an old-fashioned or a Manhattan, or shaking it up to do other things with it, this is going to get proofed down pretty well, but it still has that structure, that flavor profile that you know is bourbon, and I enjoy that very much out of this Barton 1792 small batch right here. It being a little bit higher than 90 proof still holds a little bit more of its balance, whereas some 90 proofers like Eagle Rare or Buffalo Trace, you mix those down too much, kind of just tastes like an oaky water in a way, and you're getting a lot more of what the other flavors are in those cocktails. But I think with cocktails, you need to have a little structure in those proofs, and I think that with this 93 proof, it's the lowest I would recommend mixing with a bourbon or a whiskey into a cocktail. Bottle number 4. Bottle number 4 is going to go to Wild Turkey 101. Now we're bumping ourselves up into the highest proofed bottle so far. We've got 101 proof points here to work with, and they are all packed full of delicious Wild Turkey bourbon juice in this bottle, and it goes very, very well in all kinds of cocktails. 101 proof, just like these two. 101 is no different than 100, but like I said with these two, it holds its own. You can do so many different things with this bottle. Coming in at like that $27, $28 price range, you can't go wrong with Wild Turkey 101. If you know it, you know it. Bottle number 5. Bottle number 5 is going to go to Early Times Bottled in Bond. Now this is another 100 proof bottle. Now this has a little bit different of a flavor profile than the other ones. It's a little darker, it's a little richer, it has a little bit more of a molassesy, dark brown sugar note coming through on there, and I find that coming through on cocktails a lot more, whereas this is a little bit more of like a spicy cinnamon with a little bit more oak. This is a lot more fruit forward. This one is your low proofy. This one has a little musty, a little earthiness going for it. This one is your dark, rich, 100 proof bourbon that you're mixing with, and you can't find it in New Jersey. I get a lot of people asking, where did I get this bottle in New Jersey? I don't find this in New Jersey. I've had people find it for me in other states, and I'm gonna have to do so again here in the near future, because I've probably got 1 or 2 more drinks in this bottle, and it's one of my go-to fall pours after I got my first bottle. So you can't find this in New Jersey, but you can find it in surrounding states. So do a little research, go out and hunt for it. But without further ado, let's get to bottle number 6. Let's bump it up in proof a little bit here. Let's go with Old Granddad 114. Now, we've got a 114 proof bottle of bourbon there. That's running you about $28, $29. And for that proof, the spiciness with this high rye bourbon, it's going to combat anything you throw at it. This is my go-to at the moment. I go through bottles like this like you wouldn't believe. These two right here are the kings on the shelf for anything and possibly everything that I throw at them. They do absolutely anything. If I put them into a battle, I don't know which one would come out on top. Probably this one, because I am a proof hound sometimes, and it does everything so well. Now, I wouldn't do like a shaken cocktail with this. If you're looking for a boozy cocktail that is nicely stirred, it's a very, very well old-fashioned Manhattan. Those are the cocktails that I would strictly make with this. I wouldn't do anything other than that with this bottle, only because you want the nuances of this to come through, and when you shake it, I just think that you're not going to get the beautiful characteristics that this bottle has for it. But with that said, we've got 2 bottles to go, and let's get into bottle number 7. Knob Creek 9-year. This is another 100 proof bottle. It's one of the more expensive bottles at a 750 milliliter bottle that we're putting on the bar top here for cocktails. $34 to $36. This is usually running in my area. But if you want a little bit more of a characteristic, a little bit more of an aged bottle going into your cocktail, you're going to get those nuances and that flavor profile of a 9-year bourbon getting mixed into there. Those flavors are going to come through. And with this Knob Creek 9-year, you're going to get that. 100 proof, just like the other ones here. It's going to hold up to all kinds of dilution, and it's going to hold those flavor profiles that this beautiful bottle of Knob Creek 9-year has inside of it for your cocktail. Now, we've got 7 bottles on here. We've got 1 bottle to go, and let's get into bottle number 8. Bottle number 8 goes to Wild Turkey Rare Breed. Coming in at 116.8 proof. It's the proofiest on here, and it is the most expensive bottle on the bar top as well. Now, this bottle ranges in price like you wouldn't believe. You can find it some places for $45. You can find it some places for $75. I'd never recommend spending over $60 on this bottle. But if you're looking for an elevated cocktail, something that, you're looking for something that you can do anything with, right? You can drink this neat. You can mix it in a cocktail. You can drink it on ice, and everybody everywhere will most likely enjoy it. I'm not saying that you can't do that with the other bottles on here, but everybody knows about Wild Turkey Rare Breed. Everybody wants to try it, and for me, I think it's a really, really good mixer. It has really good depth and flavor. I think that with that barrel strength, it's really, really perfect for a cocktail at that 116.8 proof. You know, it's really not watered down too much. You can dilute it however much you want, but I feel like with the flavor depth that bottle has, it combats and fights everything very, very well, and it marries into a cocktail really, really well. So that's why I put Wild Turkey Rare Breed on here, not because of, you know, the price, but because of what that bottle has for it and what I like doing with it. So there you guys have it. Those are the 8 bottles of bourbons that most of the time, if I ever switch it up, I might use Eagle Rare here and there, Buffalo Trace here and there when I can get those bottles on the ready and on the hand. But these are the 8 bottles that I typically will grab to make a cocktail with and enjoy my night with when making cocktails. So if you enjoyed this one, make sure you drop that like. Leave a comment down below on what bottle of bourbon you typically like to mix with in a cocktail. I will be coming out next week with my top 5 favorite fall cocktails, and these bourbons will be used. So make sure you guys drop that subscribe so that you don't miss that video. But until next time, this has been Nathan with The Everyday Drinker. Cheers.